Your boy Olino, and I'm back at it again with the Hearts of Iron 4 A to Z playthrough. We're going to be back to the generic focus tree with Austria, but Austria actually has some interactions with other countries, and by that I mean, since we're playing on historical, Germany's going to try and do Anschluss, so we're going to try and deal with that. Um, let's see what we can do. Oh, select country. And I did do a quick test of it. You cannot cheese getting around Anschluss by just joining Germany's faction. If you refuse the Anschluss and you're in the Axis, you will be kicked out of the Axis. So we can't do that. But there's still some other stuff we can do. Go ahead and send the links out. Got caught up checking the server. Uh, um, hello. Let's see. All right, so what we're gonna want to do, we're gonna need infantry equipment. I think we're gonna want a little bit of artillery. And I'm gonna go ahead and try and build some land forts early on. So my hope is that I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip fascist. We're gonna try and just fortify this border pretty well, and see how all that goes. Unfortunately, we kind of need to hold all these states because there are like a good number of factories in a lot of these states. Innsbruck's the victory point, so if we lose that victory point, I think we lose all the factories in the state. So we have a big incentive to not have that happen to us. I do think we are going to see if we can capitulate Hungary, because that would squeeze a few more factories. Yeah, they have a good number of factories. Wow, more factories than I do. Some artillery. Yeah, so we're gonna go political effort, try and flip. We'll be able to flip fascist very quickly because the we already start with super high fascist party popularity, so that should be pretty trivial. Don't need to import right now. We'll go ahead and switch our cavalry division. Thought this was yeah. I gotta change the. I always forget to change the thumbnails. I change them in post, but the Australia streams. There's the VOD of my Australia stream if you want to watch that. So yeah, Austria we're gonna do my plan is, so I think we can still cheese things a little bit. So we'll get kicked out of the Axis, but if we flip fascist, we should still be able to join the Axis. My hope is if we can grab these two provinces, because then most of our border with Germany, or at least a good chunk of it's going to be this river, which is going to be very defensible. So then our only real weak points, like down here, these are all mountains, which should be relatively easy to hold. And then like we'll have this province really being a forest, this province being plains, and then this province being forest. So those are probably going to be the main weak points for us. But hopefully things work out. And Anschluss fires in like early 1938, so that's sort of the timetable we'll be looking at. I think we'll be able to get Hungary down quickly enough and hopefully squeeze out a few more factories from them. They shouldn't be super strong on account of the Treaty of Trianon. But if they do start with more factories than us, that is going to be rough. We want to go ahead and nab. We need to grab our fascist demagogue because then that opens up the political ones, and we're just going to try to open up political discourse. In fact, do I want to just get the political power? We probably need the political... If we're going to rush a war, we need to just build up the political power. Actually, so I think I'm going to run without a focus for the time being. Also, it could really use this army offense guy as well. Plus 10% division attack will be super useful. And then we can start getting some army XP, and then since we'll be fascist, we'll be able to get a plus 10% political power growth, which will be nice because we can't get a silent workforce. So again, we're going to sort of prioritize building additional forts in these provinces, which we know are going to aren't going to have like the river protecting them. Oh right, and so the whole thing is that if we join the Axis, Germany shouldn't put any troops on the front with us, which should give us time then to like hopefully swoop in and nab these two provinces. I didn't really test this. I just kind of tested it enough to know how the only tested it enough to know that the you get kicked out of the Axis, because that's what I didn't know. Because sometimes you can like break events like that if you join a faction, and then they can get a war goal on you, but because you're in their faction, they can't do anything. Go ahead and get radio, because radio's a must. Probably go ahead and start building some additional military factories. Alright, we need 100 more political... well, we need 100 political power. We almost have it. Alright, people want a referendum, they'll have it. Now we have this. Now we want to justify a war goal, so we need 48 political power for that. Then that should give us about a year to beat Hungary in a war, which should be pretty easy. Hungary's mostly plains. I mean, these rivers are going to give us problems, but with any luck, we should be able to encircle and destroy most of their army. So there's that. Let's go ahead and nab more of our industry and construction techs. We still want to build political power so that we can justify early. Yeah, I mean these guys also have pretty low equipment. I mean I'm not one to talk. We also have pretty low equipment, all things considered, but you know, we're Austria. What do you expect? Ethiopia capitulated. The downside if we try to nab these provinces is we won't have an entrenchment built up, but we should get entrenchment over time, and I think it'll be worth it. We have the political power. Alright, now we could start doing focuses again. So we'll go ahead and nab. We really want to get this 5%. Well, we might actually be better off going for the factories, because we can just up our conscription law if we need more manpower. Doing staff off. I mean, I guess planning speed is helpful in preparation for a war, but I'm not going to go to war for another 240 days, so seems a bit presumptive. Now we want 150 political power also so we can get war economy. Alright. I know it's a lot of waiting. Our divisions are reinforcing. He does have a good number of divisions, though, unfortunately. Alright, we'll just sit for a little bit to get our political power a little bit more quickly, so that we can get war economy a little bit sooner. Alright, we get war economy. Go on construction effort, get more civilian factories. Yeah, I mean, the nice thing about this province, you can only attack this province from one direction. Um, so, in fact, most of our provinces you can only attack from at most two directions, which will be good. Um, 'Cause that means it'll be a lot harder for him to break the forts. Oh, we will also want to try and go ahead and join the join the Axis. Yep. Now he pulls his troops off of our border, meaning we should have much better opportunities to see some territory. I mean, this gives us more breathing room just because it'll take time for him to move troops back down against us if we. I'm also going to disable him being able to have supply from me, so that hopefully he leaves. There he goes. Alright. Better industry or better guns? We need both. I think we'll keep focusing industry. Construction helps us get more forts out. So that'll be nice. And we'll go and try to train some more divisions. And we'll go ahead and import steel. About another 2 months on our war justification. Oh, yeah, we'll join that. Let's go ahead and, yeah, we'll go ahead and start getting our infantry equipment technologies. Infrastructure is nice because that'll let us build our forts faster. Build both our factories, but also our land forts faster. Oh, there we go. All right, let's go for it. We don't want to call Germany in because we want all the war score for this. Problem is we have really bad stability because we're at war, and because we also lost war support because we're in an offensive war. Alright, there we go. We get our army offense guy, which gives us a nice bonus to our infantry attack. Troops are doing pretty well. I mean, even if he keeps cycling troops in, he's taking pretty heavy casualties, I think, from this. I mean, honestly, if he keeps cycling like low orc troops in here, he's just going to take large numbers of casualties. We're definitely doing a lot more of attacks to him than he's dealing to us. Now, granted, he's got defense to help reduce the damage overall, but seems to be going reasonably well. He doesn't seem to be able to really reinforce his divisions. Okay, so Germany has 47 divisions total. That's going to be rough. All right. We want to try and push before he has a chance for his divisions to reorganize. With any luck, we can go ahead and encircle his 3 divisions down here. I also wonder what happens. Are we getting... Yeah, we're getting the multiple combat penalty. Well, that's unfortunate, so we'll have to stop there. Let him attack us, then. Yeah, we're definitely dealing a lot more casualties to him, though, than we're taking. Infrastructure effort. We can have construction effort now. Oh, and he got his org back. His divisions are all still pretty weak. I mean, these are very low-strength divisions. So we should be able to just keep pushing him, even though we have less combat width to work with, because we have to attack from a single direction. I mean, and we're still dealing, like, pretty significant casualties to him, so that's all pretty good. building up. And also our troops are getting experience. Okay, we want to quit the attack because we don't want that in multiple combat penalty. Our troops are much more effective when they're not fighting for multiple fronts. Really like launching these attacks. How much manpower does he have? He has no manpower on account of his armament, so his casualties, he's going to have a hard time replacing his casualties. Yeah, we're starting to take more casualties now, but we're still dealing a good number to him. Especially because he keeps launching these attacks against us, which are not smart, but... Okay, we'll have to reorg. Probably not getting encirclement. It might just be best if we just meticulously break him one province at a time. Because we seem to be doing that as is, with our casualty numbers being much better than his. I think they could do this where they're able to launch attacks while they're being like already fighting. But I think, yeah, okay. So one of his divisions is getting the multiple combat penalty. Okay, we'll go ahead and grab state serves the military to get that extra 10% political power. Because we really would like to get an infantry expert. This would be a really nice buff to our infantry. So we'll try and save up our political power to get that as well. These guys, yep, stuck getting in multiple combat. We stop. Selectively pick the divisions that already have high organization and high equipment, send them out, and then let your other divisions start to rebuild their organization before giving them. Because when they're ordered to attack, even if they're in the reserves, they will not regenerate organization. So yeah. Again, he attacks us. We don't want that in multiple combat malice. Oh. Really likes attacking us there. Let's go ahead and grab some artillery upgrades. How much artillery do we have? Probably not enough. We're going to go ahead and duplicate our... Well, we want to add it to our... Mountaineers. Let's see, because this would give our Mountaineers 54. Yeah, that'd actually help buff their attack quite a bit, so we'll go ahead and do that. Go ahead and set these guys to high priority. We'll stop and let our org regenerate. He's taking quite a bit of damage. Alright, now we're gonna go ahead and nab, we're gonna go ahead and try and run down collectivist nationalism folk. Well, first what we're gonna do is we're gonna save up our political power and get our infantry expert. That'll help us quite a bit. Right here. Okay, this is weird when you have, like, divisions that are not in... You have combat going on, but only some of the divisions in the province actually are participating in it. Alright, now we also nabbed our infantry expert, which is going to be really good, and now we're going to try and grab militarism to get that extra recruitable pop. I'm going to let him try and attack us. Not going to be very helpful for him. We just kind of, well, we want this guy to stay out of the combat. And then this is plain, so we can get a lot of damage through. Probably gonna need some anti-air. Go ahead and go a little bit ahead of time to try and just buff our infantry as much as we can. I wonder, do these guys get the benefit of the... Yeah, okay, so Mountaineers and Special Forces do get infantry bonuses, that's good to know. Go ahead and grab Meticulous Preparation, which is nice. Really should all, yeah, we're also getting quite a bit of experienced troops out of this. Unfortunately, our manpower's pretty low. But so is his. We'll cancel training this division then, because we just need to keep manpower free for our front line. almost lost a division just by sending it to attack us over and over again. Alright. It's still going to be 140 days before we can get that manpower bonus, but can we knock out... I mean, again, he keeps sending these low org divisions in, which just, because they break, he's gonna take, up there we go. He's gonna take a large number of casualties from that. Let's see, we can move... Oh, there's a lake here. I see. Okay. We want to keep pushing. We're gonna use these guys to lock up his divisions. And with any luck, we can actually go ahead and encircle a bunch of his troops here. Oh, and he had a good number of divisions already in here. Okay, let's help. You guys move around. Okay, these guys are relatively high org. We're gonna try for that encirclement. Alright, we got the encirclement. To finish that off as quickly as possible. Alright, let's just try. We might be able to get Budapest now. His divisions are just at such low strength that they can't really put up that much of a fight. Or see if we go ahead and try to open a... Okay, I think if we just rush him, we should be able to break some of his divisions. Especially as more of our divisions enter the combat. Now I want to try to take that northern province, actually. Oh, shoot. I might actually have accidentally gotten that guy encircled. Oops. Go ahead and do something I like to do, which is I can just do this, and then we can go ahead and last stand. Might be able to just swoop around and encircle that guy again. Oh, Italy sent military support? Very nice. Yeah, okay, buddy, you get out of there. You guys... Yeah, that's on me for kind of destroying the front line like that. The best part is that this causes him to freak out about the front line. Is he pulling all of his troops out of Budapest? The absolute madman. All we gotta do is take Pex now, which by, in theory, can just lock up all of his troops here. Hooray! Many factories for many guns. Alright, come on. I'm just gonna micro and forcibly put 2 guys in Budapest because these German troops, they're just hanging out. They won't actually fight. Alright, I think that's capitulation. Yep. Hooray. Take all states. Hooray. A little bit tougher than I was anticipating, but we still did it. We want to go to occupied territories. We'll want to do local police force. We'll also want to switch to our Schnell division because our cavalry are going to be more efficient. And now, the hard part. Did we get enough artillery? Okay, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to have militarism done by the time of... actually, we'll cancel this so we can get our conscription law up a little bit. Oh, we can actually... Oh, that's right. State service to the military makes your conscription law cheaper. Now we're just going to try and squeeze out some divisions. Probably in trouble. We probably needed to do militarism faster than we ended up doing. So, I don't really like our chances. But, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I wonder what would be a strategy to declare war on, like, I don't know, Poland, like, super early and try and call Germany into that or something. Because then, in theory, they'd be busy, like, fighting Poland and be occupied doing that. Or, like, declare war on France or something. Yeah, I probably would have been better off just doing the focuses and then... just doing the focuses and not worrying about, taking Hungary. I mean, I don't know how much... We've got a lot of factories out of that, is the thing. The problem is it's so late, though, for our factories. Also, go ahead and disband these planes, which will free up a smidge of manpower. Did I see what focus? Okay, I think he does Anschluss after this focus, but we'll see. Because alternatively, like, instead of this, like, 4-province front, I guess I could shrink it down here, but again, I lose all the factories that are in this state. Go ahead and build... Again, these are going to be the ones that get hit quite a bit. And we're just going to need to go ahead and get these divisions out as quickly as possible. Can I get away with adding artillery? 108, I mean, we'll get there. We'll get there. I think it's worth it to go ahead and add it. We get 112 political power. We can also go up to extensive. Will get us even more manpower. I think it's worth it to go ahead and sacrifice a factory to start building some towed anti-air. He's doing Anschluss now. We got about 2 months before that finishes. Army regrouping would be helpful, but I think what we want, yeah, we'll just try and squeeze out some military factories, I guess. All right. Also, I guess, shrinks the front line ever so slightly instead of... no, not really. We swap out garrisoning. We swap out those 2 provinces for 2 different provinces. I start doing excavation. Oh well. Engineer. Engineers will be helpful. I don't really think our coming technologies, though, are going to make much of a difference. Got about 1 more month. We can also sit on the event for like 14 days. So we can squeeze another 2 weeks out there. Yeah, it's probably best to actually fall back to these mountains and just sacrifice those 2 factories, honestly. Oh, grand battle plan. Yeah, let's get that extra entrenchment. That will be very beneficial. Watch, I'm going to do this, and then Czechoslovakia... Wait, I think... Yes! While he's at war with me, he won't be able to do demand Sudetenland. So I will have that going for me, at least. You can't just get Sudetenland. Alternatively, I wonder if I had gotten a non-aggression pact with him, if that would have blocked him going to war with me. Maybe I could have tried for that. The problem is you can put a lot of divisions on the border in preparation. It's really going to come down to how good it is grabbing these two provinces down here. Deploy more divisions. God, guys, be careful when you redeploy. You lose all your entrenchment. Alright, we can sit on this event for a little bit. Alright, moment of truth. You might actually wait to move troops into position, in which case we're going to be in less of a good spot. Yeah, okay, so he actually waited to move troops in. Okay. I am, in fact, going to need to fortify these spots as well. Oh god, here it comes. Honestly, I fall. Well, no, I'd want to hold this province also because of the river and mountains. Well, that's not a good sign, the fact that he looks like he's going to break that province. I might be able to do last stand and hold on just a little bit longer. I've got siege artillery also. Fort damage from combat. Yeah, that's really rough, actually. Let's see. Yeah, it probably wasn't worth it nabbing the factories from Hungary. Probably would have been better just try and, like, maybe shrink the line to only hold, like... Really like to hold this entire... I mean, I don't think there's a river crossing there. So it's technically to be able to hit from one direction each way. These are all connected. Yep. Oh, I got through. Yeah, that's probably GG right there. Yeah. Concentrated on. Okay, so he actually didn't try to attack the. Okay, yeah, so that was the Plains province he took. That siege artillery is also killer. I forget that there's that. I forget a lot of the commander abilities. Innsbruck's also a supply hub is a problem. So you definitely want to try and hold that to try and... Well, I guess he gets enough supply as is. Okay, please stop trying to attack. Oh, we're gonna get cold. Yep. I mean, a big part of this was that my strategy to... I was hoping he'd declare war immediately and I could nab those two provinces, but no, alas, he did not. So, puts me in a bad spot. I guess what, Salzburg's a supply hub could awkwardly try and hold, like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 provinces? Like that. Would kind of depend on the RNG of where the factories from the default focuses come in. 7 provinces, though, I could probably get much higher land fort levels. Hmm. Yeah, because what alternatively, yeah, I mean, depending on these provinces, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, there'd be like a third as many provinces to try and defend. Maybe. I think guys, it might just be tough trying to beat Germany in a war as Austria. Oh man, my guys got circled. Yeah, it's over. Thanks, Italy. Alright, well, it was a long shot anyways. I think that, yeah, building up more fortresses along those 6 provinces, I'd have to do some math about how high of a fort level you could get, but you might be able to get to like 6 or 7. And then at that point, maybe you can, and then also focus on just deploying more infantry. Probably need to do the focuses to get more manpower sooner. Hmm. But yeah. Anyways, well, it was a short stream, but yeah, that's about it, guys. See ya.